Well, hello, 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 and welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Crew Podcast. Y'all know I am the visionary. Y'all are seeing me tonight because we do not have a show during this hour. So you guys get an opportunity to see me. Because guess what? We want to make sure that we are providing you guys with some content and that we are live and that we are in place in case somebody may be looking for something. You never know what the next person may be in need of. So we want to make sure that we are providing a platform just for that. So tonight, y'all, I'm just going to be kicking the breeze, going to be dropping some nuggets. Tonight, I actually have a special guest in the studio with me via the phone. Y'all know I have a passion for those that are incarcerated. I love to be able to give them a voice. So tonight, I have one of my incarcerated fellow brothers in the building on tonight. We're going to allow them to come on in the room and introduce themselves and tell you guys a little bit about them. He has someone there with him that's actually, we're going to be talking about the importance of books and how books play an important role in the lives of those that are incarcerated. So I'm going to bring my guest up and allow my guests to um, share a little bit. Y'all may hear some echoing because y'all know, again, we're dealing with the prison system and we know what all can go on when dealing with the prison system. So, hey, welcome, 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 sir. How are you tonight?
Okay, ma'am, I'm doing great, ma'am. My name is Cornell Drummer, and I'm here on the Dominguez unit, ma'am, and I'm incarcerated in State Department of Criminal Justice, ma'am, and thank you for having me on tonight, and here's the second guest right here to introduce himself. Hello, my name is Joseph Vinola. I go by the name of Flex. I'm on the Dominguez unit with my brother Cornell Drummer, and thank you for having me on the show, for the opportunity to share my story. Thank you.
Well, tonight, I really want to tap in on the importance of books and books in the lives of those that are incarcerated, whether it's them writing books or them having books in their lives, and the importance of books and how it has played in your life. So, if you would share with those, we know a little bit about Cornell because, of course, Cornell's been on the show several times. If you would give us a little backstory of who you are, and then if you would go ahead and share a little bit about that question. What does books mean to you as an incarcerated individual?
Well, I've been locked up going on 6.5 years this time. My second time down, and it was during the pandemic, the COVID, when I really just started writing books. It was a way to escape the situation I was in because, as you know, it was a major lockdown, so we didn't go nowhere. We were just stuck in the cell, and that was my way to escape the world I was living in at that time during the COVID.
So, what type of literature do you write?
It's my first one because I actually wrote two. One was a comedy love novel, and once again, it was a way to escape. And the second one was a how-to book. That one needs pictures, but it's in its final stage, I guess you can call it.
So, if you would, can you kind of tell us what is the process like for someone that is incarcerated in trying to, put together a book, get a book out? So, is this your first book, your second book, your third book? What book are you on?
This comedy love novel. It was actually my first book that I wrote in the entirety. Last time I was down, I was writing short stories, just practicing when it playing with it. And like I said, it was just at first just a way to escape, but then I started developing the story more, and everything just started coming together. And I wrote it with the movie playing in my head, so it was. I'm not gonna say it was easy, but it wasn't hard because I was actually playing it in my head before I even was writing that on paper. And the characters, I more did, I guess, what we would do in elementary with the creative thinking. You know, write the characters, what the position is, what the role is, and we actually just came together. So I mean, I was surprised myself. It's about 387 pages.
Wow.
But
So, um, for
I
a
surprised
person that
myself.
is incarcerated, what is how important is books to you, and being able to have access to books, as well as being able to express yourself in the outlet of a book?
Well, you know, before I came to prison the first time, I've actually never read a whole book. And I remember the first whole book that I did read was a James Patterson. And I couldn't put the book down. The way he wrote, the way he would tell the story and create his characters, uh, that was very interesting to me. And then the urban novels came in play, and it was like, wow, I think I could do this, you know, because I've done this. I was doing this in the streets, so it gave me an opportunity to, I guess, widen my horizons as far as like, if they can do it, I can do it. So, like I said, the first time I was down, I did short stories here and there. I never took it seriously, but during the pandemic, like I said, you really didn't move around. It was 24 hours lockdown, and it was like that for about a good 6 months. So it was there that I started, I guess, developing my creative side, and I just kept going and going. I mean, all we had was time, so like I said, it wasn't easy, but it wasn't hard. And like I said, I surprised myself because I really didn't think I could write a whole book. And it took me probably about a good 2 years to write my first whole novel, but that's only because I rewrote it 4 times. Well, actually three, and each time I guess edited myself, add more, took out, and just made this the book more interesting, I guess you could call it.
So, what stage are you in the book, or is the book published, or are you looking to publish? What stage are you in the book?
Well, I would like to get it published, of course. I haven't. It's rewritten, but it's not typed up because I haven't had access to a typewriter. So that would be my fourth time, and I was gonna wait till I got out to type it up, and then send it to editors or stuff like that, and shop it around more because I'm limited, so I don't have people out there that be able to help me look for a publisher or do this with it, you know. So I really had just wrote the book, but I don't know the steps to take after that, you know. But
So
that was
there's like
something
so many
I was gonna
different
do.
outlets, so many different platforms, so many different ways that you can publish now. Everybody's looking for a so-called established publisher. I guess would be a publishing house. I guess because they're looking for the advancements and the gratuity and the things that come along with being, I guess, so-called traditional published. But
Right.
now there's so many other outlets. We have boutique publishers. We actually have some self-publishing coaches on the feed right now that help individuals that want to publish their book, publish their book themselves through these various platforms that we have. I offer a self-publishing platform, a coaching platform. Travita has a publishing company. Patrice is even dabbling in helping individuals with different things when it comes to publishing. So there are so many different outlets now. So when I hear people say they're shopping around, I really want to know, what does shopping around looks like for you? What does that word mean?
Well, finding the right people, I guess if you want to call it like that, because I've read stories from different individuals that shut this out there and they end up taking the book, and it's just more like, who can you trust, because you're really limited as how far you can go in here, especially when you don't have nobody that
So what
can really just help you out like that.
So what I suggest to people, before you start sending your manuscripts and start sending stuff out, that you start presenting contracts to people, that you start presenting stuff to people that can be held up in court. So you start telling people, okay, I need this from you. I need this. I need something in writing stating what you're going to be able to do for me. And before I send you my manuscript, I need something that will say that, hey, if we decide to cut ties, that I'm gonna be able to get what's mine's back. That's really all we need in this world. And I'm sad that it's sad that people have to go through that, but I know that this is a treacherous world that we live in, and it happens because that too has happened to me. But my whole goal was to um stop it from happening to people around me. So that's why I started doing the things that I do. Started learning the things that I've learned. I learned how to self-publish myself because people did not want to show me. People did not want to help. You would ask people questions and they would give you the runaround. They made it seem impossible when now it is so possible. I'm showing people every other day different things that they can do themselves to expand their brand, to expand their reach, and just different things of that nature. So I have Travita, who is a self-publishing coach that is chiming in right now. She said, how can I help?
Well, you can. Well, what you just said right now was, it makes sense. But unless you have a person telling you actually, look, this is what you could do, this is how you could take the steps, and this, and it's simple, right? When you're looking from your side, but it's really like not simple looking from my side, because like I said, I just my first book, and I didn't know which avenue to take, because, like I said, it's just me. I mean, I got my mom, but she don't know, and I'm not gonna put that pressure on her. So my thing was, I was just gonna wait, type it up, and stuff like that, because my resources was limited.
Y'all have a tablet now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So,
yes, ma'am.
like, y'all pretty much have the same resources we have. Y'all have where y'all can look up stuff, y'all can research stuff. How we find out how to do stuff, how me and Travita and some more people in my circle, how we find out how to do stuff. We ain't always knew how to publish. Like, just like you say, somebody took advantage of you, or somebody took advantage of me. That's what made me do the things that I do. That's what made me get on a tangent of making sure that I leave literary work for people behind me, and that they know how to do the same. So I got a book that talks people through from the beginning to the end of how they can publish their book. So they'll never be able to say, as long as this is in circulation and available in print and available digitally, they'll never be able to say that they don't have the means, because they can if they go do the research. So we have those tools now. So what we're doing is we're making those tools available to people that say that they don't have those tools. So for everyone that says they don't know how to publish, or they don't know what to do once they've written this stuff out or typed this stuff out, then that's what people like Travita, myself, and a couple of other people in our circle. That's what we're here for. We're to help you, guide you, to lead you down the right path, so that you don't have to keep getting the wrong information, and keep having to ask people the same questions that they don't want to answer. Because I've been there. you know, Even dealing down to my magazine. asking people how to, even do a digital magazine. It took someone years to tell me how to do a digital magazine once I started doing my printed magazine. Then now you want to tell me how to do a digital magazine because I know how to do the print magazine and you want me to help you now. But when I didn't know how to do it, you didn't want to help. And that's what we run into. And that's what we see. So we are trying to eliminate a lot of that because we know what we've been through. So those that are attached to my circle, see, we're not just thinking about those in our household and our four and no more. We're thinking about those next to us. We are that ripple effect. We're trying to make sure that our legacy is left and that people know that yes, you can. I truly believe that our ancestors that came before us, everything that they went through, it wasn't so that we can just do anything. Somebody asked me the other day, they was we was I guess they was trying to have an argument with me, but I wasn't trying to do it. So they was trying to say that I was saying that I didn't appreciate the ancestors, but that's not what I was saying. I was telling him that the things that I'm not my ancestors, because the things that my ancestors did for me was did because we're supposed to do greater. That's what the words say. The words say greater works. And if we're supposed to do greater works, and they supposed to have paved the way for us to do greater works. So I'm not my ancestor. And you're not going to be able to do me like you did my ancestors because they went through that so that I didn't have to go through it. So that's what I was telling him. But he didn't want to understand that. But because of what we have been through, we don't want others to go through that. So we are trying to lessen that process. So exactly, we want to help individuals that want to get their books out there. So when you're considering, you don't have to wait until you're out. We have individuals that are incarcerated that are publishing books. Of course, everything comes with a price because it's not free. But then that's when it comes down. You got to learn how to weigh your options. There's things that you can do. You can negotiate things with people. You may not always have funds, but there's things that you can do that you may be able to do for people that can help them on the outside. So we have to learn our gifts and our talents and our skills and how we can apply them and how we can use them. Because there may be something that you may be good in drawing. You may know somebody that can draw. Somebody may need characters. You may can do some characters for them. And then you make an exchange that. And y'all make an exchange, different things like that. But you gotta think of ways that you can benefit from the position where you are. Because you also have to understand too that you're not always going to be in that position, that you're going to one day be out of that position, but you don't have to wait until you get through it to see what it's going to be like. You can start seeing what it's going to be like now. So now you got these books. Okay, now you know the next step, because keep writing it and keep reading it. You need to get an editor because you've done it 4 times. You need to get new eyes, new somebody looking at it that's never seen it before, so that they can put their perspective on it. So now you got Patrice, who's a book reviewer. You have Trevita, who's a editor, and then you have other people that may tune in later that does other stuff. But you have individuals that does these things. Of course, you didn't know that, but now you know. So now you can utilize what you have and figure out. Yeah, they do charge. So now you figure out, okay, well, if I don't have the money, how can I get the money? Or how can I barter? Or what services can I provide? These are things that we have to do as a community.
Right. So how would I get the answers to all that? Like how would I reach out? Because I know the show is limited and things like that. So
you have to do your research. You have to find out what is good for you. You have to see what's what. I can provide you with the resources I have, and then you can tap into what I have. But I can't. I just can't promise nothing.
right, right, and I wouldn't expect a promise anyway. But you know, like I said, just on this show right now, I'm talking to you, I've learned a lot. Just by simple things like I said, it might have been simple to you, but for somebody that don't know and that's fresh, I'm taking it all in.
And that's what we do. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do, because there may be areas that I don't know. Like I learned something the other day talking to a young lady that I just helped her publish her book. There was some issues with her book because when you're teaching people, you're teaching someone step by steps to do something. There can be things that are left out in the translation. There could be something left out in the what's name. But there was a miscommunication in which file to upload. The wrong file was uploaded, so the wrong file caused the book to be wrong. It made the book to appear incorrect and blurred. And when the book arrived today from the document that I uploaded, which is the same document that she just re-uploaded, it just when it arrived today, it made her day because hey, we learned something during this experience as well. Even though an error was made on our behalf, we also learned something new that we can do in case something like this does happen again. So it's always a learning experience. And just because somebody appear to be an expert or may know something don't mean that they know everything, because I'm learning every day. I don't know everything. Even though I have all these books out here, there's still stuff that I still make error. But that's why I want reviews. That's why I want people's input. That's why I love all of my tribe, because they are just like that. And we help where we can. So again, so you see what we have available. We have self-publishing coach. We have a publisher over there. She also edits. She does everything from start to finish. um I trust her because I cannot do, because I have my hands in everything else. So what I can't do, I love to send to her. I refer people to her often because I know what she's capable of, and I've seen her work, and I see what she can do. So,
Okay.
you
I would
you
like to
you
get that
have
information.
you have some individuals in place. I mean, we are the Crew Podcast. We are them divas of the airwaves, and we not just podcasters, but we have other brands that do other things, and we just
Right.
happen to be in a place where we want to be a voice, and we just happen to be on the podcast. But we do a lot of other stuff outside of being podcasters as well. So know that you have a slew of resources in your midst. So get our contact information from Cornell, and we definitely would love to see how we can assist you in getting that book out. And always understand that if there is ways that we can work things out, that fees cannot be paid up front, then hey, we can do that too. You know, but also when we make these deals, you have to also be with, you understand that promoting and all of that is gonna fall on you. We can't get these books out here and then we don't share with our family and get our family to get involved, and our friends and all those that say, "Hey, we support you." If we support you, then we need your support. So if I look out, I need for your family to look out too. And I'm just gonna put it out there. If I publish it, I'm just gonna put it out there because I don't mind. I don't mind putting myself out there. If I publish you, then I'm gonna need for people to purchase the books so that you can get royalties so that you can pay me.
Right.
So that's all I need. But if you want me to help you, I help you. I don't mind helping you. But I can't promise you it's gonna be quick because I do have some other projects at hand. But hey, we out here and we doing what we
And
need to do. So hey,
I just want to thank you for your time. Thank you all for your time and having me on this podcast. And I'm gonna get with Drummer and get the information for sure. Talk to him a little bit more because he is like a mentor to me. He's a good guy. I talk to him a lot. I learned also been learning from him. About his situation. But
Right. And then you would get to see a little bit about what we do and who we are, and a little bit about our books and all that, if they had not hemmed up our magazine. But they froze up our magazine. They actually sent it out to Huntsville to be evaluated again. They just did the same thing over at Connolly, and they approved it at Connolly. Now he get transferred over there. They doing the same thing over there. So once they approve the magazines, you get an opportunity to kind of check this out, see who we are, what we doing, and what we stand for, all that good stuff.
well, like I said, thank you very much. You have 1 minute left.
No problem. Thank you.
And you have a blessed day.
All right. All right. All right. All right. So that was Mr. Cornell, who is he is one of he is Shanette's co-host over on Let's Talk About It. They're on every first and third Monday. Cornell is currently incarcerated inside of the Dominguez unit. He used to be on the Conley unit. But he's now on the Dominguez unit. He's over there telling everybody about the Crew Podcast, the Aspiring Authors Magazine, and all of the amazing things that we do over here. So know that we are being talked about. We are being shared. There are so many people that appreciate the things that we do. Even if they do not like or share, y'all, they definitely appreciate the things that we do. So I appreciate you guys for all that you do. I tell you, just listening to individuals talk about um, some of the things that they go through in trying to get their books published. I've had several people say that they've had manuscripts that were stolen. They've had people take money when they've tried to get book covers done. I've seen individuals paying anywhere from 1,500 to 2,500 just for a book cover, just for a book cover. When you can pay a publisher that to publish your book, but they're paying that much just for a book cover, just because they are behind prison walls. People are taxing them. They are truly taking advantage. They're taxing, they are double charging, they're overcharging, and it's just sad. When these individuals are just wanting to allow their voices to be heard, they're just using outlets to get things out that are pressing them. We be surprised at the things that goes on behind prison walls, and the things that these individuals endure. So writing has been an outlet for many of them. So I am truly, truly honored and grateful for those that will allow me to help them get their stuff out, because a lot of them, they just want to tell their story. They just want to share, their experience, their journey. So y'all, thank you for stopping in with me tonight. Y'all, we trying to get these spaces filled up. If we can get these spaces filled up, y'all will not have to see me that much. We have 3 spots available right now. And if I can get them filled, I promise you, y'all won't see me that much. I will stay behind the scenes. But right now, we are needing someone to cover first Sundays and fourth Mondays. We need someone to cover third Sundays and second Thursdays. And we need someone to cover second and fourth Wednesday. So if you are out there, if you are someone that desire to be a voice, to be an outlet, to share your perspective, to be that conduit, we definitely would love to have you a part of the Crew Podcast, Them Divas of the Airways. We just believe in being the change that we desire to see in this world. And we've been given the opportunity to do it through podcasting and other outlets. So if you're out there and you want to join us, you want to be a part of the family, reach out. Um, Reach out and be a part. We will offer you a 30-day training. We will take you through. We would walk you through the process. We would teach you the things that how we operate, how the things flow. But you have all creative rights to your show to be able to do just what it is that you would like to do with your show. That is Mr. Cornell calling back. I'm gonna go ahead and take his call and give him a chance to say something before I close out, and then I'm gonna close out. But again, y'all, I just want to remind you guys that we do have those spots open. If you are out there and you would like to be a part of the crew, please reach out. There is a one-time fee of $199, and it covers all of your production costs. I do all of the production work. All you got to do is show up, be beautiful, and ready to provide the content that you want to provide for those that are tuning in for your audience. So if this is something that you may be interested in, please reach out. Reach out to one of the hosts and they can get you in contact with me. Like I say, it's a 30-day training. We would train you. We would do mock interviews. We will have Q&As, question and answer sessions, and we will provide you with all of the wisdom and knowledge that we go know as hosts. And y'all, we're in our third season. So we're going to share with you the things that have worked for us, things that may not have worked, and things that we are looking to grow into. So if you're looking for a home, come on over here to them divas of the airways and allow your voice to speak. So y'all, we got Cornell back, and before we leave, I want to give him a chance to say something to you guys before we close out. Cornell, so say something to the people before we close out.
Okay, thank you. Well, I would like to say thank you very much, first of all, again, for having me, ma'am. And I appreciate this opportunity of becoming an author, you know what I'm saying, of, and connected to Aspiring Authors Magazine, ma'am. And I enjoyed this because I never really thought I had it in me until I started. And I want to thank you, ma'am, for encouraging me, to let me know that I had it in me to write a book. And I did it. So, right now, ma'am, I'm proud of myself for having this opportunity and for doing it. And I'm learning a whole lot more about myself by writing books. Things that I never really thought were there in me to, explore things about myself that I never even knew anything about. But, it's very, very unique about me to be able to do that. And I appreciate you for having this opportunity and giving me the courage and, the inspiration to do it. So, man, I'm motivated and I won't stop. So thank you very much, man, for having me and for giving me this opportunity, man.
Amen. Well, thank you for just being a willing vessel. I mean, because all I do is just let people know that these things are available, and it is up to you guys to walk in it. God has given us all gifts and talents. So it's up for us just to know that those things are within us. That breath of life that He breathed into us, everything that we need is already on the inside of us. So it's up to us to tap into those things, utilize those things, so that we can continue to evolve and continue to be who He has called us to be for this season, y'all. For this season. So again, I thank y'all for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow. Who's on tomorrow, y'all? Let me see. Who's on tomorrow? What is tomorrow? Shining. Yeah, Shining is on tomorrow. So y'all tune in tomorrow night. Our newest host will be in the building. So tune in. Y'all, I truly have enjoyed you guys. So have a great night. Um, Anything else, Mr. Drummer, before I go?
Ma'am, you know what? I would like to just say again, thank you for this opportunity. I want to say thank all of the co-hosts of the Crew Podcast and, for the Let's Talk About It show, Miss Shanette. Thank you very much, man, for your inspiration and, motivate me to stay strong and to do what I do and to be able to be a voice, man. Thank you very much. And thank you too, Miss Angela. Thank you very much, man.
Amen. Well, with that being said, y'all, I pray that you have a great evening and thank you for tuning in.